Shut up, dog. Everybody must be sleeping. Nobody wants to come see me. Texas. $93. It really helped. I had my glasses. I'll tell you that much. 2016. Rhode Island. 1973. $1983. We're not even going to check the years. I'm just going to look for W's. Texas. Hello? What? We have our first W. Ain't no fun with no one here to share it with. First 2019, and it was a W. I'm just gonna look for W's right now, and then after my doctor's appointment, I'll search them. Nobody wants to come in and see me today. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Too quiet here today. Got too much shit on my mind. Found my first W. Oh. And I finally got my notification. I'm live. So all I'm looking for right now is W's. Get rid of them, go through them real quick before I go to the doctor. Keep my mind occupied. I got 10 rolls, a box of nickels, 6 rolls of dimes. See what happens. See what we find. A lot of Texas in them. A lot of drama already this morning. I want to talk about, but found my first W. First 2019 period. $19.65. Go figure. Hello, Sean Craven. Son and daughter-in-law. Do I have to say anymore? Daughter-in-law wants him back, and his son don't want to come back. He'd rather be out on the street. Link's up there if you want to come in. Jerry Springer, exactly. I tell both of them I don't want to hear it, but they don't listen, you know. No, what's bothering me is I give my daughter-in-law $200 a month stay here, and I found a place, a real close friend of mine, just like a daughter, that let me and my son and his girlfriend, unfortunately, stay there for $150 a month, and I can still get the kids off the bus. And that's what's bothering me is kids, because the 8-year-old, as you know, is up my ass and wants to sleep with Mama and everything else. And I know it's going to tear him up if I move out. And he tells his mommy every night that he wants to move in with his daddy. And he's going to tell the judge when they go to court for the divorce that he wants to live with his daddy. But in the meantime, this stupid ass county don't put a divorce through very quick, and they like to try to make it to where you try to work it out the first 3 months after you file, and then make you go through 3 month marriage counseling and all this other bullshit. And just going to be longer before to go to court, and the boy to tell him where he wants to live. In between going out and paying bills and taking my son out to eat, I come back home to get my checkbook. She uses Band-Aids. My daughter-in-law uses Band-Aids. Tape a note up on the door telling me she's getting a restraining order against my son. And I'm like, I messaged her and I told her, I said, you do that, I'm moving out. You're not keeping me away from my son. He ain't got that many years left with us to begin with, you know? So he got ready to drop me off, and she pulls into the trailer park in front of us. So I told him to drop me off down by the office, so there was no drama. In which, of course, he wanted to argue with me about that, so he gets mad and throws his bipolar fit. Well, we got a Memorial Park. Let's see what it is. P. And, he got mad over, what was that now? It wasn't a 19, but anyways, he got mad because I wouldn't let him bring me down to the trailer, drop me off. Mind you, I've got a full box of nickels, 10 rolls of quarters, 4 rolls of dimes, which is only like a block length, but I made it. My daughter-in-law was sitting outside in her vehicle, so she stepped out, and as I was walking up and grabbed the boxes out of my hands, he wanted to bring me all the way down here so he could run his mouth, and I wouldn't let him, so he's throwing a bipolar fit. Mad to begin with because I wouldn't let him sit and complain while we was eating breakfast. I know it's about the kids first. That's what bothered me. But if I move, I'll just be in the other trailer park. And I can still get him up the bus and bring him here. Just sit with him until she gets off work Thursday bicentennial. I try to be a great person. It's fun. I just hate being stuck in the middle. I appreciate you reminding me, telling me. I do everything I can for these guys. They're my life. They're all I got to live for. I got to take care of my son too, and people just, my ex didn't understand that. I even went and talked to him about me and my son and staying there. That's why I moved out, left him to begin with last month, because he wouldn't let my son stay there when he was sleeping in his car. So he talked his ex-wife into letting me stay here and, paying her the $200 a month for both of us to stay, and then he moves out and leaves me here. It's not that he left me here. He's got to go on with his life and be happy. And he was a lot healthier. And Then him and his girlfriend got kicked out of her brother's, so they're back out on the street. He's back out on the street. So yeah, I got to take care of my kid. My daughter-in-law was counting on the 200, but like I told her, I can't afford to pay her and not be here and pay someone else and be there. And once I get my settlement, it'd be a different story. But I called my lawyer, talked to him. I gotta go and talk to him after I get out of the doctor and take him some more records from the hospital to try to go ahead and speed up that advance so I can get a place for my son to call home. And then by Christmas, I'm supposed to get my settlement, but I'm still gonna have to have a place to stay until we can get a place built. I'm sorry I'm like this. I don't try to be. I'm going to take that one for an extra claw. What's that, another 65? Yeah. Come on now. We're going to have a positive attitude about Rhonda finding silver. Like I said, I found a W already. A low, but I found one. And tell you what happened to me at the bank. I ordered a box of quarters, or a box of nickels, 10 rolls of quarters, 6 rolls of dimes, and 420s. And the lady wrote out the withdrawal slip, and handed me my receipt. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, $552.50 is what was taken, withdrawn from. I also got $3.50 and 9 Susan B. Anthony dollars, or a couple Susan B. Anthony and some seconds to win. And I looked at the receipt. She's lucky I looked at it. I usually trust him and turn around and walk away, but I seen 5s. I'm like, this ain't right. She looked at me and I said, well, there's 420s. There's 100 in nickels. I tapped on the box. I said, that's 500. And I said, the quarters make 600. That's not counting the dimes and the other loose change. And she's looking back at her computer trying to figure it up, and I had to do it again. I said 420s, 100 in nickels is 500, and 10 rolls of quarters is 600. So she's looking back at the computer, and she finally figured out when she was figuring it up in the computer, she only charged me for 1 roll of nickels. I could have walked away and fucked her out of $90. They would have never figured it out. But I'm a good person. Good karma pays, man. I have good. That's why I go by the lucky one. I have good karma. And I really thought that was going to start a good day. But it's going to get better. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. Just repeat it. It's going to get better. There's a vacant apartment next to my place for a month and a half now. Just need to be disabled or over. I'm disabled. Where you live at, Sean? She could have got, that amount of $90. Yeah, she was a trainee to begin with, And I'll tell you what, I've been back with this bank for so many years. And the girl that was the teller next to her, I looked at her and I says, I've been banking at this bank longer than she's had a job. And she's been there several years. And I'm not that type of person. I mean, that's me. I want people to treat me the way I treat people the way I want treated. That's just me. Yeah, I cut up and joke up and act like a fool on YouTube, but I don't try to treat people, any different than I'd want treated. I don't even remember how many rows we went through already, but we found a bicentennial and a claw to check, and we found a W in the first row. But yeah, well, she thanked me and thanked me and thanked me for it. I said, well, I just don't see how you would have explained that at the end of the day when you've been counting your money up and you was $90 short. So the teller that was trading her next to her at the other booth told her to just go ahead and make up another, withdrawal slip for $90 to make up for it. I said, I could have really, got you in trouble there if I wouldn't have said nothing and been an honest person. Wouldn't have been, an honest person. But it's just the way I am. I don't believe in being any other way. And then I tapped the boxes and I said, I had good karma's gonna pay for me being honest. I says, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, I'm in Indiana. I'm in Vincennes, Southern Indiana. Good morning, Brian. I'm not in India, Bill. Thanks for making me laugh, though. I have Indian in me, but I'm not from India. I'll tell you guys a story. My second set of teeth were bothering me because they went too far back and had too big of teeth in them. And I went to bingo one night. And I took them out and I wrapped them up in a paper towel. And I thought I put them in my bingo bag. No, silly me, laid them on the table. Well, when I got home without my teeth, I went back and they'd done thrown them away. And I had just had one of my surgeries on my stomach. I said, I'm not jumping in that goddamn dumpster for nothing. And so needless to say, my teeth got thrown away. So I took them out to eat breakfast. I can't eat with them because I don't use gel and shit to hold them in. And they stay good. I mean, I can eat a Big Mac with them. I have before, but I took them out this morning at Denny's to eat breakfast. And I was getting ready to leave, and I had to go up and pay the bill. And I told my son to. I said, "Here, take my teeth," and he didn't hear me, and I had to say it twice. And everybody in the restaurant was looking at me, and I said, "Well, at least they're not getting left and getting thrown away like my last set." So I live in Knox County. I live in Vincennes. Hi, Tony Anthony or Tony Murphy, Anthony Murphy. Brian, hello, Colorado, Brian. I live right next to the Wabash River that separates Indiana, Indiana and Illinois. They call it Little Chicago because we're not quite as big as Chicago and have more drugs down here than what Chicago has. Unfortunately. Okay. You know what, Bill? That's one thing that scares the hell out of me. That's why I don't soak them in water. Yeah, Knox County. You ever heard of Terre Haute, Indiana? Or Evansville, Indiana? Terre Haute is like 50 miles north of me, straight north of me, and Evansville is 50 miles south of me, right next to Henderson, Kentucky. Evansville is. I'm right in the middle of them. I don't soak my teeth. I never put my teeth in water. As a matter of fact, I don't even never brush my teeth, my dentures. The first set I had, I used to love soaking water, and I had to brush them all the time. This set is still, they're porcelain, and there's another Memorial Park. Let's see what Mint Mark. P. At least I'm finding 2019s. Indiana. Another Indiana. Got 2 more to go. You know what? My son has already applied for housing and his disability back because he lost his disability because his wife makes too much money. Had told him there's 2-year waiting list for him. Yeah, there might be 15 places near me, but he's on a 2-year waiting list for housing. This is the stupidest, worst county there is to live in, I'm telling you. Which W did I get out of the first row? Low. Of course, it's the first low I've seen in this county. First 2019 I've seen this year. I got 2 Memorial Park, but I think they're both P's. I got this. Well, that's black. Look at that one. It almost looks like what do they call them? Damn it, nickels. 66, of course. I found a couple 65s and 66. Black something I can't think of now. It just looks like it's toned black. It don't look like, I don't know. Let me back up here and get some light on it. There we go. You won't get to the post office till the 3rd. That's fine. I haven't made it to the post office either. So I had too much drama this morning, but I've got to go by the post office to get to the doctor in a little bit. What do you got to go by PO for? Oh, you talking to Jessica? Yeah, it's Reverend's that I'm supposed to mail out. After I said that, I'm like, who am I talking to? Yeah, I got it in my purse and his address and everything, waiting for me to mail out. Hello, Jessica. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Just trying to get my wits back and concentrate on something besides family issues right now. See, we got one more roll. I left my phone in my son's vehicle. I left the house keys in his vehicle. Thank God my daughter-in-law, well, if she wouldn't have been here, I would have left everything in there. But like I said, I walked here so there wasn't no more drama. There's another Memorial Park. We'll check when we're done. This is the last row of quarters. Bicentennial. I'm not even checking for silver. I'm just checking for the 2019s right now. Middle of nowhere. That's where I'd love to be. My dream when I get my settlement, hopefully before Christmas. There's a Kansas. Let's check it. I got one and got We rust. Let's see if this one is. That one's got. You can see it. Gotta order me a scope today, so I can scope these babies. Okay, let's see what it is. It looks like a pea. Yep, sure enough. It's a pea. Okay. Be right back. Okay. Summer vacation is going to be Cumberland. Did you answer me when I asked you where you live, Ashawn? I can't remember. I'm by brain traumas. The 457 told him I lived in India. Oh, I could be the Wizard of Oz. You're in Kansas. That's right. All right, there's my son to take me to the doctor, guys. I hate to make this short, but we'll go through some nickels when I get back. Alrighty. Northeast Kentucky. No, I think he's in Kansas, if I remember right. Hey, stay off that goddamn horn before I knock you out, boy. Impatient kids. Alright, I gotta make this short and sweet, and I gotta get off here, guys, but I will be back after the doctor, and I go to the post office for Reverend Dave. So if anybody sees him, tell him I will be sending it soon. And I love everybody. Thanks for coming in. I'll get on when I get back from the doctor, Brian. See you guys. Will you stop it? Yeah, I'll be back.